Artificial intelligence doctor. User question. What are the neurophysiological mechanisms by which respiratory exercises stimulate the vagus nerve? Claude AI answer. The neurophysiological mechanisms by which respiratory exercises stimulate the vagus nerve involve several interconnected processes. Here's an overview of the key mechanisms. Mechanoreceptor activation. Slow, deep breathing activates stretch receptors, mechanoreceptors, in the lungs and chest wall. These receptors send signals through afferent vagal fibers to the brainstem. Baroreceptor stimulation. Changes in intrathoracic pressure during breathing affect blood pressure. Baroreceptors in blood vessels detect these pressure changes and signal through the vagus nerve. Central respiratory cardiovascular coupling. The respiratory and cardiovascular centers in the brainstem are closely linked. Breathing patterns influence heart rate and blood pressure via this connection. Neurotransmitter modulation. Respiratory exercises can alter levels of neurotransmitters like GABA and norepinephrine. These changes affect vagal tone and overall autonomic balance. Diaphragmatic involvement. The diaphragm, innervated by the phrenic nerve, indirectly influences vagal activity. Deep diaphragmatic breathing may enhance vagal stimulation. Cardiac and pulmonary interactions. Respiratory sinus arrhythmia, RSA, occurs as heart rate varies with breathing. This phenomenon is mediated by the vagus nerve and reflects its activity. Chemoreceptor influence. Altered blood gas levels during certain breathing exercises can stimulate chemoreceptors. These receptors can indirectly affect vagal tone through central mechanisms. Interoceptive awareness. Focused breathing enhances awareness of internal bodily sensations. This increased interoception may modulate vagal activity through top-down processes. These mechanisms work together to create the overall effect of vagal stimulation through respiratory exercises. The specific impact can vary depending on the type, duration, and intensity of the breathing technique used. Would you like me to elaborate on any of these mechanisms or discuss how they relate to specific respiratory exercises?